You are listening to Productivity Straight Talk with your host, Amber De La Garza. Amber is a sought-after productivity coach, trainer, speaker, and writer who gives entrepreneurs the straight talk on personal productivity. No BS, fluff, or overused jargon. Just actionable strategies to get results and succeed in business. And here is your host, Amber De La Garza, the Productivity Specialist.
Welcome, and thank you for listening to Productivity Straight Talk. Today is episode 228. Falling in love with your business. If you're a business owner who wants to improve your time management and elevate your productivity so you can maximize profits, reduce stress, and make time for what matters most, then you're in the right place, and I'm so glad you've joined me. I hope you're having an amazing Valentine's Day, Valentine's Week, or if you're listening to this episode any other time than when it dropped on Valentine's of 2022, please know that any time is a great time to fall back in love with your business. I want you to love your business. I want you to love your business because you know what? We invest a lot of our valuable resources into our business. We invest our time, attention, and energy. And oftentimes, our businesses consume the most amount of time, energy, and attention in our lives. So what I want most for you is to love your business, because loving your business will let you love your life more. And I can't help but to think that you decided to start your business because you believed you would love it. Before we dive into today's strategies for falling back in love with your business, I want to invite you to check out my Leverage Lab program. Coaching, training, and accountability with myself and a community of other business owners that are loving their business. In Leverage Lab, you will learn how to actually apply these strategies that I'm going to share in this episode to your business. And if you want to do that in community and you want to do that with the support of myself, then I highly recommend you check it out and join us. Head on over to amberdelagarza.com/Leverage Lab. And now let's get to the straight talk. I am taking a strong assumption here that you started your business because you really thought you would love it. You fell in love with the idea of being a business owner because of the freedom that may come with it, the financial advantages, the impact, your passion, being able to make an income and an impact with what you are so specially talented at. And yet, reality kicked in quickly. Kind of like when you meet the perfect significant other and you're engaged and you're so excited and you're planning the wedding and you plan your honeymoon and life is so amazing. And then the reality of the socks on the floor and the little quirks that might get under your skin. And it all seems so surreal how much it changed so quickly, right? And so if you think about when you thought up, okay, I think I can do this. I'm going to be a business owner. And then what set in was the day-to-day grind. And has that day-to-day grind made you hate your business? Maybe not in general, but more days than you'd like? Has your business come to a point where it's robbing you of your joy, your happiness, your family time, other priorities in your life, things that matter to you? Is it robbing you from really experiencing those aspects of your life? Well, if this scenario that I just shared with you sounds familiar to you, you are not alone. In fact, I hear this so often with the clients that I work with. It's like, what happened? Like, I had this idea about what a business owner would be, being a business owner would be like, and the reality is just not the same. So my question is, how do you fall back in love with your business now that you've seen all its flaws? The long hours, unpredictability, depending on other people, challenging clients, deadlines, administrative BS, all the things that you probably didn't have clearly in focus when you were dreaming up of being a business owner. All right, I'm going to answer it today, and I'm going to give you many different strategies, and I want you to just take the strategies that resonate with you and start applying them, start using them, because when you fall back in love with your business, it affects your mindset. It affects how you show up in your business. And when we show up differently in our business, we experience our business different. And it's this really awesome positive feedback loop. I'm so excited to share with you so many strategies, and we are going to power through them. All right, the first one up is make your business a priority. Give yourself the time to work on your business, not just in your business. Here's the real life example. We have to work on our relationships to be in love, to fall back in love. It's really easy to let life get so busy that you talk to your significant other of who's picking up the kids and what's for dinner and the groceries and what's the plan for the weekend. And if you really don't give yourself the time to work on your relationship, man, it can fizzle out. And this is no different in your business. Make the time to work on your business. Next, focus on strengths and not weaknesses. And I'm going to say you're going to focus on strengths of yourself, of the strengths and weaknesses of your business in general, of your team members. We really don't want to just get hyper-focused on the gaps and the things that feel like they're so big and consuming, like we don't have the ability to move forward. I want you to outsource to fill those gaps. I want you to outsource looking for someone where that thing that is your weakness or your business's weakness or your current team's weakness, who can you bring on your team that can fill that gap? And that is their zone of genius. Here's the real life example. Maybe your husband's not exactly the best handyman, and it could really annoy you. Like in your head, you're thinking, of course, like I want you to be a handyman. Like the thing is broken. I need this hung and I need this fixed. And your significant other is like, nope, not my jam. Well, you could focus on that being a gap, or you can hire a handyman and solve for it. And your significant other is happy and you're happy and the thing got fixed or hung. All right. So focus on strengths, not weaknesses. Fill the gaps by outsourcing. Next up. Remember your big why. This is huge. And I go through this exercise with my clients. I went through it in our business blueprint workshop and in our strategic planning workshops we do on a quarterly basis, is to look at and create or revise your big why. Knowing your big why it is that you get up every day, why it is that you've created this business, what is it that your business will allow you to accomplish? And your big why can be anything. It could be financial abundance. It could be the impact you're making in your clients' lives. It could be the impact in your family's lives. It could be about making a difference. It really, and honestly, I have seen so many variations of a big why, and there is no right or wrong. But when you know why you're doing the hard things, why you get up and you go to work every day and you push through, it actually makes things easier. It makes the day-to-day grind feel a lot easier when you're tying it to something so much bigger and such a big impact. Next, attitude of gratitude. Using this one phrase, I get to ... I get to be a business owner. I get to create my own schedule. I get to hire amazing people to be on my team. I get to serve my clients. Changing it from I have to I get to is so subtle, but man, the attitude of gratitude can very well allow you to fall back in love with your business. Next, create white space. You need white space in your days and in your weeks and in your months. What is white space if you don't know? It is the gaps that you do not have something planned. You are not committed. There is not a task or a project or something on your schedule for every minute of the day. Having white space in your schedule for your business will allow you to seize opportunities that are right in front of you, will allow you to have more creativity, which oftentimes is a reason we got into business, is to have a creative outlet. In our personal lives, if I were to schedule every weekend with games and parties and barbecues and all the things that can take up our personal lives, and the weekend, every weekend comes and goes and comes and goes, I have squeezed out the opportunity to have a last minute date night or to say yes to some free concert tickets that a friend couldn't attend. Having white space allows you to be incredibly present and enjoy the small little things in your day-to-day, both personally and professionally. Next, celebrate your wins. All right, I'm going to let that sit there for a second. I want you to think about that. When was the last time you celebrated wins, big or small, in your business? This one practice is so important that every Friday when I do a power hour session with my clients, meaning we co-work together to power through our tasks and or projects, we shut cameras and mics off. It's a group accountability working session. I come on 5 minutes before the top of the hour and I close every single week out with, share your wins. Share your wins from this week, because I want them to get into the practice of seeking out the things that worked and not focusing on all the things that felt like a challenge. And this also goes back to the attitude of gratitude, is like, you can really appreciate it. We, meaning business owners, are so excited about, what's next, what's bigger, what's better, that we're always forward thinking and oftentimes don't take the time to pause and celebrate our wins. Now, me personally, I had a win this week and I celebrated with a margarita. Maybe yours is some chocolate or maybe even just some downtime. Whatever way you want to celebrate your win, I'm encouraging you to do so and create a practice of celebrating wins on a regular basis. Next, communicate your support needs. I know personally that when I'm not clearly communicating how I need to be supported in my personal relationships, I can get a little frustrated. I can get a little like, oh my gosh, like this is what I signed up for, right? And it's no different in our businesses. And I want you to think about that. Is there unneeded frustration in your business because you're not clearly communicating your support needs? Do you need to communicate your support needs with a team member, with a partner in your business? Maybe you need to communicate your support needs to your family so that you're not feeling guilty when you're working. Where in your business or life can you clearly communicate your support needs to be able to really fall back in love with your business? Next, don't settle. Don't settle. Have standards. Say yes only when you mean it. Here's an example. An opportunity comes up. Someone asks you to do something, be somewhere. And your head is thinking, no, no, no. But what comes out of your mouth is yes. That's settling, right? You know what it is you want, but you're going to settle for something else because either you want to make somebody else happy or you don't want to tell somebody no. And that's okay occasionally, because we definitely need to have compromise in our relationships, compromise in our businesses. But when you do that on a recurring basis, it could create a lot of resentment. And sooner than later, you have a business that you're not quite sure, how did it get here? How did my schedule look like this? How did I get responsible for all these tasks and projects and meetings? And it may be because you settled and you said yes when you wanted to say no. Here's another specific example here. And this comes up a lot, so my heart is telling me to tell you. Have you had a potential client come to you and your gut, your heart Maybe even your head is screaming, no, 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 but you say yes. You have just signed up for potentially not loving your business the entire duration of working with that client. I would encourage you not to settle and trust yourself. Next, create a culture that feels good to live in every day. At the top of today's episode, I shared our businesses may very well be the place in which we put the most amount of our resources, time, energy, and attention. We may be spending as much time or more time, waking hours, with the people we work with than with our chosen loved ones. And when you think of it that way, just think of how important it is to have a culture in your business that feels good, that everyone on the team is coming from a place of contribution and you're working together, collaborating to work towards a common goal, that there's no drama, that there's no walking on eggshells. It is up to you to have those standards and say, I deserve to have a work culture that I love to live in every day. Next, align your business model with what you love and enjoy. And your business model is generally how you serve your clients and also what is the structure of your team. That's just very lightly talking about a business model. But there are so many things that can be tweaked and changed and reevaluated. And if you are delivering your services in a way that you thought you would like, but you don't anymore, can you say no? Can you change it up? Can you turn it into a way in which you love serving your clients that way? Have you built a team because you thought the only way forward was to build a huge team, and now you're wondering why all of your time is in meetings? You can tweak your business model to ensure that it serves you and you fall back in love with your business. Next, create more creativity time. Yeah, I just said create more creativity time. Make more time to be creative. I want you to be able to really enjoy your business, and creativity may be the work you actually do for your clients, but it also might be just getting, creative with the way in which you're doing marketing, or you're packaging your offerings, or serving your clients in ways. You can get creative with how you're building your team culture. You can get creative with how you're running your team meetings. Oftentimes, creativity is squeezed out with the undertone of, I just don't have the time. There's never enough time. And yet, having more creativity can bring back a lot of joy into your day-to-day. I would love for you to add more play into your workday. I want you to add more play before your workday, during your workday, and after your workday. I believe adding some more play is definitely going to allow you to fall back in love. Next, change up your schedule. I am serious. This is a quick win, meaning generally, one of the major reasons why we are not in love with our business is because of the demands and what it looks and feels like on a regular basis. And what it looks and feels like is a representation of what your schedule is. So what time are you working? What time are you starting? What time are you ending? Does your schedule include currently working every weekend and nights? I would encourage you to take back your time here. Determine what is the schedule that will allow you to love your business again. Next, give yourself permission to try something new or adventurous. And this is a little extension of the creativity, but oftentimes we can play it safe in our businesses. And then there'll be those times where you're like, I just want to try something completely new, completely out of the box. I just want to see what happens. And that can be some of the most joyful moments to say, oh my gosh, I can't believe that actually worked. Or, oh my gosh, that failed miserably, but wasn't that fun to try something new? Next, plan, but be able to adapt and go with the flow. I promise you, if you plan more, you will love your business more. Planning is another word of being proactive, putting yourself in the driver's seat, deciding what it is you're going to do with your time, energy, and attention. Coupling planning with also being able to adapt and go with the flow is the secret sauce, the secret ingredient to really loving your business. Lastly, recognize that you are not your business, even if you're the face of it. I'm the face of my business. And I save this for last because this is something that I have personally had to move through to recognize that I am not my business. My business could fail. My business, promotion, launch, offering, whatever new thing that I want to do in my business could fail. And it doesn't mean it's me. I'm not a failure. I needed to learn to detach myself from the ups and the downs. And this was so hard for me because I'm like, hold on. This is the thing that I love. Like I am my business. Like I breathe and think and give all my energy, not all of it, but I give so much energy to my business and I want to celebrate the ups. And if I celebrate the ups, then I really got to feel the downs. And one of the biggest gifts that I was able to give to myself is to continually pursue the idea of detaching myself from the results or outcomes in the business, both up and down, while still being able to enjoy the business. When I first heard this myself, I was like, yeah, that's impossible. I do not even know what you're talking about. But as I explored this idea, I realized how much joy it actually brought back because I was not personally experiencing the natural roller coaster that businesses can be. And I was able to show up more consistently, even because I was not attached to all the ups and downs day to day, week by week, and month to month in the business. So if you find yourself attached where your feelings and emotions and how you feel that day is attached to something that's happening in the business, I would encourage you to pursue this journey of recognizing you are not your business and that you can detach from the ups and downs and still be incredibly invested in the results. I have loved having you listen to this episode of Productivity Straight Talk, and I sure hope you felt that today's strategies, 1, 2, 5, 10, were valuable to you and where you're at in your business. I really hope that you take just a few of these and start applying them to your everyday. And I said this at the top of the episode, like I was going to be sharing with you a lot of different strategies, and this is not a all-you-can-eat buffet where I want you to come and gorge yourself. Like I live in Vegas and I don't even eat buffets. They never make me feel great. And I want you to think of today's strategies like a box of chocolates that you get for Valentine's. It's great. It's beautiful. You can get excited about it. But if you go and try and eat the entire box of chocolates, I think you're going to be sick. I think you're going to be throwing up. And if you try to apply all these strategies, you're going to be sick, you're going to be overwhelmed, and you're going to get frustrated. So pick a couple, apply them, come back, listen to this episode again, and apply a few more. That's the way to get the results. Don't go eating this whole box of chocolates because it looks good today. I hope you're going to enjoy your Valentine's Day and or week of loving the people that are in your lives and loving your business. No change. Without taking action, nothing will change for your business. So go take some action, but be very discerning with the action you are going to take. And as a reminder, if you want to be in community with other business owners and get coaching and training from me, then I invite you to check out Leverage Lab. You can head on over to amberdelagarza.com/leverage lab. And one more thing I'd like to share with you today. I want to make sure that you are subscribed on your favorite podcast player so that you don't miss another episode coming up on Productivity Straight Talk. And if you know someone that you think would love this episode or any episode in the library of Productivity Straight Talk, send somebody that you know that's a business owner a text message and say, I just listened to this episode. I really think it would be great for you. I'm thinking of you. The person that gets the text will feel incredibly loved and thought of, and I will feel incredibly loved and thought of because you are sharing the work that I'm doing here on Productivity Straight Talk. And if you'd really like to go the extra mile, I would love for you to leave us a review on any podcast app that you're listening to me on today. I have a special thank you going out to Brandon, who recently said, love that Amber's productivity advice is grounded in fundamentals. Listen and take action on what her and her guests share, and you'll get results fast. Thank you so much for sharing a review with us, Brandon. So that's my straight talk for today. Until next time, have a productive week.